Chapter 14, Intellectual Property. The learning objectives in this chapter are Introduction to Intellectual Property, Trademarks, Patents, Trade Secrets, Copyrights, and Global Dimensions of Intellectual Property Law. Intellectual property is laws protect property that is primarily the result of a mental creativity rather than a physical effort. They're categorized as trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. So a trademark is a distinctive mark, word, design, or picture, which is arrangement by the producer. Enables consumers to identify the product with the producer. So many people have their own little trademarks and their own little logos that LeBron has their logo and Kobe has his. And they must be registered with the US Patent Office. So enables owners to recover damages from the infringer using the trademark to sell it as its own. So when you have a trademark, then people can't use that and they can get sued. And then trade dress is overall appearance and image of a product that has acquired secondary meaning. And then a patent grants the holder the exclusive right to produce, sell, and use the product, process, invention, machine, or sexually reproduced plant for 20 years. The criteria: the object must be a novel, useful, or non-obvious. And license in exchange for the payment of the royalties. And royalties is the sum of the money paid for each use of the patent process. And then common illegal patent related activity is try an arrangement. So sellers permit a buyer to purchase one product or service only if the buyer agrees to purchase a second product or service. Cross-licensing: two patent holders license each other to use their patent's object on condition that neither will license anyone else to use those objects without the other's consent. And then obtaining a patent is the application contract on attorney license to private in the patent's office, and the attorney does a patent search to ensure no one similar patents exist. And then the patent application is filed with the patent office, and the patent is issued if all the criteria are met. So then chapter 15 is the agency law. So in this chapter, the learning objectives were types of agency relationships, creation of agency relationships, duties of agents, and principles and agents' liability to third parties, and termination of the principal-agent relationship with the global dimensions of agency law. So agency is the relationship between two persons in which one, the agent, acts on behalf of and is subject to control of the other, which is the principal. So types of agency relationship is the principal to agent, employer to employee, and employer to independent contractor. So creation of agency relationship is express agency, implied authority, ratification of an agent's previous acts by the principal, and apparent agency. So express agency, which is an agency by agreement, is formed through an oral or written agreement. Exclusive agency agreement is principal agrees to not employ any other agent for a period of time or until a job is completed. And then agency relationship is established using the power of attorney. Power of attorney is agreement that provides the agent authority to sign legal documents on behalf of the principal. And then principals and agents' liability to the third party is the contractual liability of disclosed, partially disclosed, and then fully disclosed, and then the tort liability, and then criminal liability. Contractual liability depends on whether the principal is disclosed or undisclosed to the third party at the time of the excluding agreement. Agents are not liable for non-performance of the fully disclosed principal. And in e-commerce, intelligent agents, click-on agreements are being developed for online stores that are more easily understood by the agents. And then the Uniform Electronic Transaction Act, which is the UETA, allows e-agents to bind principals when an order is placed over the internet and the principal or company that fakes the order from an agent cannot disclaim the order.